Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin bubble news channel. That's how I see the current market. I'm licking my lips at the chance. I believe this is a huge present for long-term investments. I believe you put it in the right way. There are all of these short-term downsides that are caused by liquidity. The Malcox distribution, the German government with $3 billion worth of Bitcoin, and the US government with $12 billion worth of Bitcoin are all moving to dump it on the market. This is driving down the price and, in typical crypto fashion, it's happening during a week with low liquidity, which means that futures positions are blowing out, which leads to cascading liquidations and so on. Bitcoin bubble stands out because it is clear and easy to understand. There's no limit to who can join, no matter how much they know about crypto or how new they are to it. Guess who is watching us now? Robert Kiyosaki is the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We'd like to take this chance to thank everyone who put their trust in us. The best part is that it's free, and we read all of them. If you sign up now, you'll get all the new information for free. Stay ahead of the trends instead of just following them. Sign up for Bitcoin Boom right now and enjoy the new edge. Today's movie is with Matt Hougan, who is the Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise. Bitwise runs the biggest crypto index fund and has the 5th biggest Bitcoin ETF in the US. Right now they have more than 38,000 Bitcoin worth about $2.3 billion. But these are all short-term events that won't happen again, right? It will always only be sent once by Mt. Gox. The US government will only sell one Socro Bitcoin. Along with these short-term events that won't happen again, there are also long-term huge drivers, such as ETFs, which will seize assets for the next 10 years, and institutions beginning to accept Bitcoin. Washington has changed its tune from being strongly against crypto to being at least neutral and maybe even very in favor of it. As soon as these short-term problems are solved, I think we'll have the best bull market run in history. I'm also looking forward to the second half of the year. Because that's how crypto works, we have to suffer through this short time. But it will pass, and the long-term trends are still very strong. That's how I see it. So I thought they would be a big success, but let's just say I thought they would bring in $15 billion in net inflows in 6 months. Even I wasn't that hopeful, you know? Maybe it's because I worked for 15 years as the CEO of ETF.com, which is an ETF company. I know how ETFs came to be. I knew that the most successful ETF start ever made $5 billion in its first year. I thought Bitcoin ETFs would do better than that. I was hopeful that they would be the most successful ever, but I had no idea that they would leave again in 6 months. That is absolutely amazing. A lot of assets in GBTC, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, were only there to take advantage of the deal. This is even more amazing when you think about it. And those also came out, and those are not part of that $15 billion number. We got past that short-term problem, and then we added an extra $15 billion. I was also hopeful, but not that hopeful. The German government's wallet now only has 3,856 Bitcoin left, just 3 weeks after it began selling them. Because of this, the extra $222 million in selling pressure has pushed the price of Bitcoin below $60,000. However, there are signs that the price may have reached its lowest point. Bitcoin might be able to find a new low price in Germany now that the government is no longer selling Bitcoin. Mustache, a well-known crypto expert, says that using the Wyckoff method for technical analysis points to a possible price bottom and a recovery above the psychological $60,000 mark. They said in an X post on July 11th, I think we will see BTC back above $60,000 very soon. Crypto trader Marty Party shared the chart below in an X post on July 11th and said that other signs like the Coinbase Premium also point to a local price bottom. The Coinbase Premium is a way to compare the prices of Bitcoin on Coinbase and Binance. Coinbase is mostly used by buyers in the United States. The higher price shows that people in the US want Bitcoin more than people in other countries. Right now there are 3 very large groups. It's clear that small buyers make up a big part of the market. There are hedge funds that look at trading tactics all the time. On the other hand, there are professional, long-term institutional investors. These could be family offices, financial advisors, or institutions. In the beginning, maybe in the beginning months, those first 2 groups had the most people. They moved the fastest. Hedge funds can choose to spend today and do so tomorrow. Small investors can choose to spend, and they will do so tomorrow. People who spend for the long term take longer. They do something called due diligence. They compare goods that are similar. They have a plan and talk to their clients. Anyhow, all of that to say that I believe individual investors and hedge funds were the main drivers at the start, which is also what the data shows. However, there has been a big speed up in the last few months. It's this other group of long-term institutional buyers who buy and hold stocks while they do their research, and I believe that will be the largest group going forward. I think there will be more imports next year than this year because that group keeps growing. First, these two groups. But the long-term organizations are coming, and they're coming faster and faster. Yes, it's actually the other way around. They move really slowly at first. It's very hard to get an ETF to be $10 million or $100 million. This means that most ETFs have less than $50 million in assets at the end of their first year. Institutions find it hard to buy small ETFs because they aren't very liquid and aren't well known. The gold ETFs, also known as gold metal ETFs, lost money in the US in 2004. This is something that many people can compare the Bitcoin ETFs to. They came in first, but they didn't really do well. No one could believe they got $1.5 billion in their first year. However, they got $3.3 billion in the second year, $4.6 billion the next, and $5 billion the following year. Then it reached a high point of about $19 billion in the seventh year. And that's how most ETFs work. They grow every year for about 5 to 10 years before they reach a peak. They move more quickly than this slow train. That's what I think will happen with Bitcoin too. I think we'll be well over $20 billion this year, maybe even $30 billion. We got off to a great start. I believe it will be even bigger next year. I believe Bitcoin will follow the same pattern of price increases as all other exchange-traded funds ETFs. In the past month, a cryptocurrency wallet connected to Genesis Trading sent almost $720 million worth of Bitcoin to the Coinbase exchange. This could be the start of asset liquidations. Over 12,600 Bitcoin worth $719.9 million have been sent through the Genesis Trading labeled wallet in the last 30 days, mostly in deals of 500 to 700 BTC. Arkham Intelligence data shows that the address now has 33,356 Bitcoin, down from over 46,000 BTC on June 12, 1 month ago. 2 months ago, Letitia James, the Attorney General for the state of New York, said that her office had made a settlement with Genesis that would require the company to pay $2 billion to investors who were scammed by its Earn program. The settlement says that Genesis owners should get their money back and doesn't allow the company to do business in New York. The crypto fear and greed measure, which shows how the market feels about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, has dropped to a level of extreme fear. It's as low as it has been since January of last year. Bitcoin's price failed to break above $60,000 for the second time in the last 48 hours, which caused the index score to drop, according to a post by Justin Bennett on July 11th on Xcrypto and Forage Trader. Bitcoin's price had once again refused $60,000, and he pointed out the formation of a possible rising wedge, which means the price could go down even more in the days to come. Bitcoin went up to a high of $59,485 on July 10th, but then fell back to $57,000 in the next 12 hours. On July 11th, BTC quickly went up to $59,529. It did not stay there though, so don't forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Bubble. Every day, for free, the most important news will be sent to your email. I don't understand why you haven't signed up yet. If you like the movie, click like and subscribe to get more every day. Remember that information is power, and we're here to help you on your way to financial freedom. Have a great time buying until next time.